Welcome to our video on the top 10 countries that depend on India in 2024. As one of the world's largest and fastest growing economies, India has become an essential partner for many nations across the globe. From trade and technology to energy, defense, and cultural influence, India's reach extends far beyond its borders. In this video, we'll dive into the countries that rely on India for critical resources, strategic alliances, and economic partnerships that shape their futures. Get ready to explore how India plays a vital role in supporting these countries' growth, stability, and development, and why India is emerging as a key player in the global landscape. Let's get started. 10. Russia. Russia's reliance on India has grown significantly, particularly in the areas of defense, energy, and technological collaboration. India is one of Russia's largest defense partners, importing a wide range of military equipment, including aircraft, missiles, and naval vessels. The strategic defense relationship between the two nations is vital, as India remains one of the largest buyers of Russian defense technology, contributing to Russia's military-industrial complex. Beyond defense, Russia depends on India as a key player in the global energy market, as India imports significant quantities of oil, natural gas, and coal from Russia. The two countries also collaborate extensively in the nuclear energy sector, with India being one of Russia's key clients for civilian nuclear technology. Russia's relationship with India is also bolstered by cooperation in space exploration, science, and technology. Additionally, the two countries share a common interest in countering the influence of Western powers in international forums, making their political alliance particularly strong. In 2024, Russia continues to view India as a critical partner for its energy exports, defense industry, and regional influence, making India a cornerstone of Russia's foreign policy in Asia. 9. UAE. The UAE and India share a robust relationship that spans trade, investment, energy, and diplomacy. The UAE is one of India's largest trading partners, with the two countries engaging in extensive trade in goods like oil, gold, machinery, and textiles. Indian expatriates form a significant part of the UAE's labor force, especially in sectors like construction, hospitality, and services, and they send substantial remittances back to India. The UAE is also a major investor in India, with investments flowing into sectors like infrastructure, technology, and real estate. In terms of energy, India is a key importer of oil and gas from the UAE, which is crucial for India's energy security. The UAE is also one of the primary sources of gold imports, which are used in India's jewelry industry, a sector of immense cultural and economic importance. The UAE and India share strong diplomatic ties, with cooperation in various fields such as defense, counterterrorism, and maritime security. The two nations also work closely on regional issues, particularly in the Gulf and the broader Middle East, and have formed strategic alliances in the areas of technology and space exploration. In 2024, the UAE continues to depend on India for a steady supply of skilled labor, trade, and strategic collaboration on issues related to regional security and development. 8. Africa, various countries. Several African nations are increasingly reliant on India for trade, investment, and development aid. India has become one of the largest trading partners for countries across Africa, including South Africa, Kenya, and Nigeria. Indian companies have made significant inroads into sectors such as telecommunications, infrastructure, pharmaceuticals, and energy in Africa. Additionally, India is a leading source of affordable medicines and healthcare solutions to many African countries. India's developmental aid to Africa spans a wide range of areas, including education, agriculture, and infrastructure development. The Indian government has also established a significant presence in peacekeeping and conflict resolution efforts across the continent, helping to stabilize volatile regions. Trade relations between India and Africa are rapidly growing, with India providing expertise in agricultural technology and manufacturing, and Africa offering raw materials such as minerals, oil, and agricultural products. India's approach to development in Africa is seen as one based on mutual benefit, rather than neo-colonialism, making it a preferred partner. In 2024, many African nations continue to depend on India for sustainable development, trade, and strategic partnerships. 7. Mauritius. Mauritius is another nation that enjoys a strong dependency on India, particularly due to historical ties, cultural relations, and economic cooperation. India is Mauritius' largest trading partner and a major source of foreign investment, especially in the areas of textiles, sugar, and chemicals. Indian companies have been involved in numerous projects in the country, including in the fields of energy, telecommunications, and tourism. India also plays a key role in Mauritius' education system, with many Mauritians studying in India on scholarships, and Indian institutions providing technical expertise. Remittances from the Indian diaspora in Mauritius are also significant, contributing to the island nation's economic stability. In terms of security, India has been a reliable partner, providing assistance in defense and intelligence sharing, particularly in maritime security given Mauritius' strategic location in the Indian Ocean. Moreover, Mauritius heavily depends on India's diplomatic support in international forums, particularly in the context of its maritime disputes with other nations. In 2024, Mauritius remains reliant on India for economic development, security, and international diplomacy. 6. Myanmar. Myanmar, strategically located between India and China, has long relied on India for economic cooperation, energy imports, and security collaboration. India is one of Myanmar's top trading partners, with significant trade in agricultural products, textiles, and machinery. Indian firms are involved in infrastructure projects, including the construction of roads, bridges, and railways, which are critical for Myanmar's development. In the energy sector, India has helped Myanmar develop its oil and gas reserves, and India exports petroleum products and electricity to Myanmar. The two countries also share close cultural and religious ties, particularly among the Buddhist communities in both nations. Politically, Myanmar relies on India for its support in balancing its relationship with China, which has a growing influence in the region. Security cooperation is a key aspect of the India-Myanmar relationship, with both countries sharing intelligence and coordinating efforts to combat insurgencies and regional terrorism. In 2024, Myanmar continues to depend on India for regional stability, economic development, and balancing external influences. 5. Maldives. The Maldives, an island nation in the Indian Ocean, is heavily dependent on India for its economic and security needs. India's economic influence in the Maldives is significant, particularly in tourism, infrastructure development, and trade. India is one of the Maldives' largest sources of foreign investment, particularly in the tourism sector, where Indian firms operate a substantial number of resorts and hotels. In terms of trade, India is a major supplier of food, fuel, and construction materials, vital for the archipelago's survival. India also plays a major role in the Maldives' energy sector, supplying electricity and petroleum products. Strategically, the Maldives relies on India for its defense and security, as the country faces threats from terrorism and piracy in the Indian Ocean region. India's security cooperation includes joint military exercises, training, and intelligence sharing, which are critical for maintaining regional stability. Moreover, the Maldives' geographic location makes it strategically important to India in the context of its broader Indo-Pacific strategy, especially with growing interest from China. In 2024, India remains an indispensable ally for the Maldives in terms of security, economic development, and regional diplomacy. 4. Afghanistan. Afghanistan's relationship with India is deeply rooted in historical, cultural, and economic ties. Although geopolitical challenges have shaped Afghanistan's international relations, India has been a crucial partner, particularly in the areas of development aid and infrastructure. India has invested billions of dollars in Afghan development, focusing on key sectors such as agriculture, education, healthcare, and transportation. Indian companies have been involved in large-scale projects, including the construction of roads, power plants, and dams. India is also a key player in Afghanistan's energy sector, supplying electricity and assisting with projects aimed at improving the country's energy infrastructure. Beyond infrastructure, India has been a significant donor of humanitarian aid, especially in the wake of natural disasters and conflicts. India's role in Afghanistan's defense and security cooperation has also been pivotal, with India providing training, equipment, and support to Afghan security forces. Despite challenges arising from the rise of the Taliban, India continues to support the Afghan people through humanitarian aid and diplomatic channels. In 2024, Afghanistan's dependence on India remains vital, with India being one of the largest sources of foreign investment and a key player in Afghan reconstruction efforts. 3. Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka's reliance on India extends across trade, investment, energy, and geopolitics. As one of India's main trading partners in South Asia, Sri Lanka exports items such as textiles, tea, and rubber, while also importing a variety of goods from India, including petroleum, machinery, and pharmaceuticals. India's role as an economic partner is also significant, with Indian businesses investing in Sri Lanka's infrastructure, telecommunications, and manufacturing sectors. Indian companies are heavily involved in projects like port development and the construction of highways, which are vital for Sri Lanka's economic growth. Energy cooperation is another key aspect, as India provides a substantial amount of fuel and electricity to Sri Lanka, helping to meet its growing energy demands. In addition to economic ties, India plays a significant role in Sri Lanka's political and security landscape. Given the strategic location of Sri Lanka in the Indian Ocean, India has closely monitored developments on the island, particularly the growing influence of China in the region. India's soft power, rooted in cultural and religious ties, also has a lasting impact, particularly in the Tamil-speaking regions of Sri Lanka. In 2024, India remains one of Sri Lanka's most influential allies, offering vital support in key sectors. 2. Nepal. Nepal's dependence on India spans several critical areas, including trade, energy, and defense cooperation. India is Nepal's largest trade partner, accounting for a significant portion of its imports, particularly in petroleum products, machinery, and manufactured goods. The two nations share open borders, facilitating the free movement of goods, services, and people. India is a key investor in Nepal, contributing to the development of infrastructure, including roads, railways, and hydropower plants. In fact, India has played a pivotal role in the development of Nepal's hydropower sector, with several major projects being either financed or constructed by Indian firms. Energy-wise, Nepal imports a large part of its electricity from India, which powers many of its cities and industries. Beyond economic support, India and Nepal share close cultural, religious, and historical bonds, with millions of Nepali people working and living in India. Additionally, India's defense and security cooperation with Nepal has been significant in maintaining regional stability, especially given the shared concerns over border security and the rise of Chinese influence in the region. In 2024, Nepal continues to look to India for essential support in its economic development and geopolitical positioning. 1. Bangladesh. Bangladesh and India share a multifaceted relationship rooted in strong economic, cultural, and political ties. As one of India's closest neighbors, Bangladesh is heavily dependent on India in terms of trade, energy, and infrastructure development. India is Bangladesh's largest trading partner, with bilateral trade exceeding billions of dollars annually, especially in areas like textiles, chemicals, and agricultural products. India supplies a significant portion of Bangladesh's energy needs, including natural gas, power, and oil. Additionally, India plays a vital role in the development of Bangladesh's infrastructure through financing and collaboration on major projects such as the construction of roads, bridges, and ports. Indian investments in the form of direct foreign investments, FDI, have been crucial to the growth of sectors like telecommunications, banking, and manufacturing. Moreover, Bangladesh heavily depends on India for its large expatriate communities' remittances. India's vast cultural influence, shared language, and historical ties also deepen the connection between the two nations. Strategically, India helps Bangladesh in its fight against terrorism and insurgencies, while the two countries collaborate closely in regional security and environmental issues. In 2024, Bangladesh continues to rely on India's leadership in South Asia for economic stability, political support, and technological advancements.